again, my name is Ilea. Our wonderful driver today has a reputation for being not just fast, but also furious. His name is Joseph. Everybody say, hey, Joseph. He's really important. If it weren't for him, they'd make me drive and I'm facing the wrong direction. Apparently, that's some kind of safety violation. I don't really know. There's one more person I'd like to introduce you to today, my invaluable co-host. You might recognize him from The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Can you guess who it is? It's Jimmy Fallon. It is. Oh,
welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
My name is Ilea.
And the greatest driver.
His name is Joseph.
They're the best. I love it. Even though
Ilea.
only $5.
Actually, it's 10.
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Yes, thank you, Jimmy. We do have some safety rules to go over. First, if you need any guest assistance or have a medical emergency, or if you drop something of value off the side of the tram or have any sound or video issues, reach up and grab the red emergency cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I'll be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please stay seated and keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times.
Look at all these movies.
If at any time during the tour you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the cord and remain seated. Please, no smoking of any kind during the tour, and be prepared. Our tour today features loud noises, sudden tram movements, fire effects, and many water effects. You'll want to have your cameras out for great photo opportunities, but keep an eye on them so they don't get wet. And finally, for your safety and the safety of those around you, please refrain from using selfie sticks while on board the tram. And just a final piece of advice from me to you, anytime this tram goes inside a building, make sure you hold on extra tight to all of your belongings, as it's unlikely we'll be able to retrieve any of those dropped items. But again, that's anytime this tram goes inside a building. And just like that, we've officially left the theme park behind us as we head into a real film and television studio. Not only have we been making movies here at this location for over 104 years, but we're also celebrating the 55th anniversary of the studio tour this year, as well as the 10th Best Picture that we've won at the Academy Awards this year with the win of Green Book. Now, our studio lot is separated into two halves, the front lot and the back lot. We're going to see them both during the tour today. We are going to start with our front lot, which is where you'll find buildings just like this one here on the left. These are called sound stages. These big
That's where the voice recorded at.
Soundproof, about 98% soundproof. And that is where we shoot the bulk of our interior scenes. Right now, this one, stage 12, is currently being used for the 17th season of NBC's hit singing competition, The Voice.
This is supposed to be Super Nintendo Land.
I love country music. She does love country music. She just doesn't love it.
I'm kind of country now, because either way, you get me, you get him.
The Voice premieres Monday, September 23rd on NBC.
In addition to being the judge on The Voice, Kelly Clarkson is also on our lot these days for the Kelly Clarkson Show. Here in stages 16 and 17 on the left, they're currently filming NBC's comedy Superstore that stars America Ferrera and Ben Feldman. One of my favorite shows on TV right now. If you don't watch it, I highly recommend it. It's created by Justin Spitzer, who is one of the producers of The Office, and it's a workplace comedy that takes place entirely inside a fictional superstore by the name of Cloud9. They have built that entire superstore inside stages 16 and 17, and it's an absolutely massive set, which leaves them no additional space for any other smaller sets that they might need. So things like the manager's office and the employee break room, those are all built over here in stage 21 on the left. That means they use a total of 3 sound stages for that single half-hour comedy. Now, stage 21 has a removable floor which can be lifted up to reveal a kind of pit underneath. And Hollywood legend would tell us that that pit was filled with water used to test out the animatronic shark for a film you might have heard of back in 1975 called Jaws. But in reality, they were running so behind schedule while they were filming Jaws, they actually never had time to test that shark out at all. If you could believe it, the first time it ever went into any kind of water was on their very first day of filming. Stage 21 was, however, where Ron Howard built Mission Control for Apollo 13.
money needed for the shots. We had to
Ted.
build our own installations. Everything had to be exact, even down to the tiniest detail.
But before any production gets to our sound stages, it's going to spend a whole lot of time living in these buildings on the left. These are what we call the bungalows. They are production offices for writers, directors, and producers. For people like my favorite name in television, Michael Schur, who's produced shows like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Parks and Rec, The Office, and The Good Place. Illumination Entertainment, who brought you The Secret Life of Pets and Despicable Me franchises. Mark Platt Productions, who produced La La Land, as well as the upcoming Cats. Jennifer Lopez, producer World of Dance, has an office here, as does Elizabeth Banks, director of the new Charlie's Angels. These bungalows are also where we once had the office to none other than Alfred Hitchcock.
He said we're going to go to that office. I said, no, I can only get Hitchcock's.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Just to know that he was there and walk by him when he was in that office. Hitchcock isn't good in anywhere. I saw Hitchcock once walking around the commissary. Hitchcock had a bungalow on the line. I used to go see Alfred.
I love
That building is the world of dance.
Psycho, yes. Very well. One of all-time great masterpieces. Hitchcock's masterpiece.
We've got a couple more sound stages next to our bungalows here. Stages 22 and 23 on the left. Stage 22 is where we're filming the third and final season of Will and Grace back on the air after an 11-year hiatus. These stages have also been used for things like World of Dance and America's Got Talent. And they do bring us to the end of the front lot, and we're now heading into the back lot. If the front lot's where we shoot our interior scenes, the back lot is where we shoot our exterior scenes, especially those on a very large scale. First part of our back lot we get to see today is an area called our Metropolitan sets, or Metro sets for short. That's this whole area over here on the right. This street in particular is called our Brownstone Street, one of our most filmed back lot locations, perhaps best recognized in this scene from Bruce Almighty.
Raise the door!
Under the shower.
Inside bad, outside good. Inside bad, outside good. Oh, you're done now.
B-E-A-U.
Well, we're going to take a little break from the big city as we head now to the small town of Hill Valley, rounding the corner at a breakneck 88 miles per hour. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Courthouse Square. This is where we shot Back to the Future and Back to the Future Part 2. Although it's true that Courthouse looks a bit different now than it did in Back to the Future. Truth is, when that movie came out in 1985, it surprised everyone by becoming the most successful film of the year, not to mention one of the most iconic films of the 20th century. Needless to say, that courthouse became so recognizable as the Hill Valley Clock Tower that filmmakers had to change its appearance enough so it could continue to be used in later productions. Think of what is called a facade in front of that courthouse. A facade is just the front and sides of buildings. In other words, we only build the exteriors, just what the camera can see. As soon as an actor walks through any of these doors, we're going to cut and move into a separate set built inside sound stages on our front lawn. So what looks like brick and stone here is actually made of pressed plaster or fiberglass that's been stapled up over a basic plywood structure and then painted to look like the real thing. So there's actually not a true brick or stone in our entire Metropolitan sets. The original ending for Back to the Future, however, was scripted to take place in a nuclear power facility. But due to budget restraints, they had to come up with an alternate ending, so the producers went for a walk on our back lot looking for inspiration when they came across our Courthouse Square.
It was actually the back lot of Courthouse Square that inspired the entire climax of Back to the Future.
I had scenes up in the clock tower on that ledge. These ledges are about wide. And I was standing inside looking at the ledge, and I already had vertigo. I just thought, there's no way to do it. No way I would stand on that. I was up there for quite a while. Of course, I had a cable.
But it's hard to imagine when watching a movie like Back to the Future that right around the corner from the small town of Hill Valley is the Big Apple itself. But here we find ourselves on our New York street, right in the heart of our Metropolitan sets. And my co-host Jimmy Fallon is no stranger to New York. After all, that's where he shoots The Tonight Show.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. What's got mugged over there? That old hot dog guy. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. I'm walking here! I'm walking here! Hey, it's cool, guys. I was just, just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
You can see these sets in the recent Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. They use these sets for a total of 3 seats as both London and New York, most notably for a motorcycle chase sequence through the streets of London. These sets can also be seen in things like Captain America, The First Avenger, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We've had Colony filming here, The Mindy Project, Spider-Man 2, and The Amazing Spider-Man, starring Andrew Garfield. But now that we've seen the concrete jungles of our metro sets, it's time for us to head to the natural jungles of Skull Island. But bear in mind, the road ahead of us is rough, so make sure you hold on to all of your belongings and please remain seated at all times.
It's the original King Kong that maybe I saw that movie on TV age 100. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up the edge. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times.
Oh, finna go watch King Kong 3D.
So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island. And it's great to have you along for the ride. Now we have created this 3D